Hello everyone, so today we'll discuss fourth ventricle. Before going to the fourth ventricle, we'll take a look of all ventricles in the brain. So here in this diagram, you can see here this C-shaped, this is lateral ventricle. This is lateral ventricle, this is in pink color, this whole structure is lateral ventricle. So lateral ventricle communicate with the third ventricle through a foramen that is known as interventricular foramen or also known as foramen of Monro. So lateral ventricle communicate with the third ventricle through a foramen. This is interventricular foramen, also known as foramen of Monro. Now third ventricle communicate with the fourth ventricle. This tent-shaped structure, this is fourth ventricle. So third ventricle, this is third ventricle, and this is lateral ventricle, and this is fourth ventricle. So third ventricle communicate with the fourth ventricle through a duct that is cerebral aqueduct. A duct that is cerebral aqueduct, and this is fourth ventricle. So now come back to the fourth ventricle. Fourth ventricle is also known as rhomboidal fossa. So fourth ventricle, anteriorly it is related to the pons and medulla, and posteriorly it is related to the cerebellum. As you can see here in this diagram, anteriorly fourth ventricle is related to the pons and medulla, and posteriorly cerebellum. So this is floor of fourth ventricle, also known as rhomboidal fossa. So this diamond shaped जो structure है, this is fourth ventricle, and we are specifically talking about the floor of fourth ventricle. So this is diagram showing the floor of fourth ventricle. So first of all, we'll talk about the boundaries. Superiorly it is bounded by, this structure is superior cerebellar peduncle. This is superior cerebellar peduncle. Superolaterally on both sides. Inferiorlaterally it is bounded by inferior cerebellar peduncle. This structure is inferior cerebellar peduncle and supplemented by gracile tubercle, and this is cuneate tubercle. On the medial side we have gracile tubercle, on the lateral side we have cuneate tubercle. Gracile tubercle because of gracile nucleus, cuneate tubercle because of cuneate nucleus, and these both are responsible for proprioception. Then floor of fourth ventricle, upper part of the floor of fourth ventricle is found by the pons and lower part is found by the medulla. So this is medulla and this is pons. So these both part divided by some fibers. These fibers known as stria medullaris. These fibers are stria medullaris. So in the center we have fibers, these are stria medullaris. Just above the stria medullaris you can see here this swelling, this round swelling is facial colliculus, and this is produced by facial nuclei. Nucleus of facial nerve, facial colliculus. Just above the facial colliculus you can see here this sulcus. This is sulcus limitans. This sulcus is sulcus limitans. In the center this sulcus is known as median sulcus. This sulcus is median sulcus. Just near the median sulcus we have another sulcus. This is sulcus limitans. It means it will decide medial to it. This is motor area. Lateral to it, here we have sensory area. Above the sulcus limitans we have a bluish color area. This area is known as locus coeruleus. This bluish color area known as locus coeruleus. Locus means area, coeruleus means bluish, and this is responsible for noradrenaline. Noradrenaline, and ultimately noradrenaline is responsible for wakefulness and alertness. So I am repeating. In the center we have median sulcus, fibers which are separating the upper part and lower part. These are stria medullaris, stria medullaris. The swelling is facial colliculus. In the center, median sulcus. More laterally, we have sulcus limitans. Above the sulcus limitans, this bluish color area is locus coeruleus. Now come to the inferior part. Inferior part, here we have two triangle. On the medial side or upper side, we have hypoglossal triangle. And below the hypoglossal triangle, we have nucleus of hypoglossal nerve. Hypoglossal triangle on the above side. Below we have another triangle, that is vagal triangle, and below the vagal triangle we have motor nucleus of vagus nerve. Then this lower part of the floor of fourth ventricle look like a nib of pen. This is called calamus scriptorius. This is known as calamus scriptorius, this area. And pointed part of calamus scriptorius, this pointed part is known as obex. This whole is calamus scriptorius and this pointed part is obex. Then near the calamus scriptorius, there is again an area. This area is called area postrema, and this is very important area. This area is known as area postrema, and here we have vomiting center. So area postrema is responsible for vomiting, nausea. Then you can see here this swelling. This is gracile tubercle and this is cuneate tubercle. So this is all about the floor of fourth ventricle.